Hey guys, welcome back to another 3D printing video, and in this video we're going to be reviewing some filament that is made by KabelDirekt. So I know that KabelDirekt makes cables mostly, and they do an amazing job at that. So I'm pretty excited to see them getting into 3D printing, supporting the 3D printing community. So we got 6 colors to look at. So in this video we're going to print every color, and then we're going to take a really close look at the models, and we'll see if this filament is right for you. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so these are the boxes that the filament comes in. It's just a white box, and there's a little window here. You can see the color of it. And we do have KD here, stands for KabelDirekt Essentials. And on the back of the box, we have some more information here about the company and the kind of filament it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this one up. It says quality in every detail. Alright, so this is what the spool looks like. Vacuum sealed to reduce moisture, and there is a silica packet in here. Alright, so let's open this thing up. So this is what the spool looks like. So the first thing that catches my eye is the way filament is wounded. Not just random winding, but it's actually in order here, so it's tangle free winding. Very nice. So we do have a little window here to see how much filament we got, and then we have meters and kilograms chart going down as you use the filament. There's a sticker here on the front. The recommended temperature for printing was 185 to 220 Celsius. So yeah, it looks like a really nice spool, very solid. Let's go ahead and open each one. So the next thing we got here looks like red. Very nice color, very bright red. All right, and now we got something a little more exciting, like this orange here. But this is definitely on the lighter orange. Very nice filament. It looks great. Can't wait to see what that turns out like. All right, so we got 3 out. We got 3 more to go. The next color is green. All right, and this is quite a nice green. It's on the brighter side, so it definitely looks green, but it's not washed out. It's got good color, so very nice. So it looks like bright white, not offset. Very nice. And our last color is blue, and it's a very nice blue. It's very saturated. It's got this really rich color to it. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but so yeah guys, these are the 6 colors that we are going to be testing in this video. All right, so let's move this to the side a bit. So what printer pretty much everyone has and would be the right job for this is of course the Ender 3, and more specifically the Ender 3 Pro. This is an excellent printer, and I've had this printer for a while now and I've been enjoying it, and this is probably the hands down most popular printer out there because of the price versus the quality that it could print. So mine is obviously modified somewhat. I do have TL smoothers installed. I do have this Capricorn Boeing tube here, upgraded extruder on. I got the spool holder on the side. I have motor dampers, vibration dampers on the X and the Y axes, and also I have the Wham Bam flexible plate, which is an awesome little addition to the Ender 3 if you want a durable, high quality, long lasting printing bed. So I think the best thing to do is to print benchies in each of these colors, the original benchy, because everyone knows what a benchy looks like and how it should look like technically. That'll give us some benchmark to what we're looking at. And then we might also throw in some fun prints here and there to see what other models look like with this filament. All right, so let's power on the printer. So I guess we can go ahead and start with this blue here. So that fits nicely right in there. All right, so now we're just gonna stick this into the extruder, and then I'm just gonna feed it all the way down. So let's go ahead and preheat everything. All right, so I went ahead and pushed it through until some blue started coming out. Let's go find our benchy. Now the system's preheating and getting ready to start. So I'm going to use a little GoPro here to capture some time lapse. Hopefully that turns out pretty good. All right, so we are starting. So there it goes, it's purging. So I don't know where I got this G-code from, but it purges here on the side. I really like that. I think somebody shared the Ender 3 profile one time and I used it. Ended up being great. So there it goes. So bed leveling looks perfect and everything looks pretty good. Alright, so it all looks like it's going to be a good print. So we're just going to let it roll and we'll see what it turns out to be like. Well, the bench is coming along beautifully, and I love that color. It's actually more shiny than I thought it was going to be. It's got depth to it. Very cool. So we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Alright, so we're finishing up on this blue benchy, and it's looking really, really good. I'm actually surprised how nice it looks. I didn't expect the color to be so vibrant. It's got kind of like a glow to it. Very nice. Alright, well there it goes. And the detail is looking really good. Let's see if we can pop this thing off. Oh, look at that. Comes off really easy. And the bottom is looking really good. So we can see the stitch lines there. That's when the nozzle moves over. But look at that, man, that is beautiful. Wow, I really like this color. I wonder if the other filaments will print also like this, nice and shiny. Alright, well let's put another filament in. So I guess let's do white next. And one of the things I noticed is the filament holder here, the holes are kind of close together. Wish they were a little bit farther apart. But the pretty awesome part is, since there is a little step here, or kind of like a dip, you can see that if you stack the filament on top of each other, it's not going to break this off. Because a lot of times the spools, they have the holders here, but they're on the very top, so if you put something on top, it still breaks the filament. I really like this attention to detail, because that is quite annoying, and I have spools breaking filament here all the time and then unwinding. Alright guys, so I got the white in, purged it a bit, and it should start printing shortly. So super happy with this blue. I'm going to go ahead and print the rest of these colors. Obviously the black and white will just be black and white, but I am kind of excited to see what that red and orange and green will look like. The green looks like it might be pretty shiny too. Well, we'll see how that looks. And away we go with the white. Alright, so once I get all the benchies printed, we'll take a closer look, and then we'll print something pretty interesting that I've been wanting to print for a little while. Alright guys, and here are all the benchies that we printed, and they are looking really nice. So we can see here there's the blue, the white, the orange, which I really like. The red is quite nice also. And then we have the green and black. So we can see how good the print turned out here on this black one. It's beautiful actually. The black really shows how the filament is laid down here, so you can even see the vibrations from the stepper motor in the print there, even though they're really fine. But as you guys can see, the KabelDirekt filament prints excellent on the Ender 3, and our bottoms are also perfect, so very nice. So this green here has also got that nice shine to it, and I think I'm realizing what makes it look like that. It's a little bit of transparency in the filament, because if you look down here on the bottom, you can see kind of like you can see through it. The way they get this thing to shine a little bit, or make it imitate a shiny look more, is they make it more transparent. So that's pretty clever and makes a very nice final product. So the red is also quite nice, and it's more of a brighter red. Also very nice looking. I think it does have that same transparency, but not as much. It's more solid looking. Also a very nice color. Now this orange here definitely has transparency in it, and you could probably tell the way it looks. And it gives it kind of like this shimmery gold look, or I don't even know how to explain it, but you guys know what I mean, the transparency, how that reacts to the color. So it's definitely a nice look. So this is definitely one of my favorites here, is this orange. Very nice. So the white is, you know, a little bit more normal, but it does have a little bit of that kind of shine to it also. So, but I would say it's, you know, more just regular white, and it is actually quite a bright white. It's not offset. Of very nice. And last but not least is this first one we printed, the blue, and it just looks amazing. This thing definitely has the wow factor in it, and I think the biggest ones that have the wow factor would have to be this blue, and then the orange here. You can see the similarities, and the green. These three here seem to have that shiny factor. So very, very nice filament. Alright, and so now for the final print, which took almost 23 hours. And this is it right here in the orange. So this is a pirate sword, but it's not a piece of it, it's actually the whole thing. Hopefully we can get it off without breaking it. Okay, it's stuck on there really good. So I'm going to use the wham bam magic by pulling it off. And now we can flex it off. Hopefully this thing just pops right off. And it does. So unfortunately I can tell that the pirate sword could be an issue already because our bottom is completely welded together. Because the way this thing works is the inner pieces telescope out and it comes out of the handle here. So it looks like I might have some work to do to cut around. But other than that, you guys can see how nice this sword came out. And it has like a little logo here up front, maybe from the creator. Definitely this orange is a very nice color. So after messing with it just a little bit, I got the first piece out here right in the middle. So it looks like there's hope. So if you can see all those little rings in between her, I definitely had the nozzle too close to the bed. I'm going to go ahead and mess around with this thing and see if I can get it to completely come out. And yeah, then we'll look at it. It's actually a very nice piece. And there it is. Look at that. So it actually works. And it telescopes out. And it looks pretty awesome. It's actually quite amazing how some designers can come up with this pretty interesting stuff that's quite unique and works so well with 3D printing. Very cool. So I did kind of have a hard time with some of these rings here to cut them loose. And then the very edge cut there, you see that's one too many. Thinking there was more, but there wasn't. But overall, it wasn't too bad. I just have to cut them loose and then they just kind of popped off by themselves. So I still maybe need to sand them down a little bit. But overall, it turned out really, really good. So I think if the spacing off the bed was a little better and maybe using glue just to secure this a lot with some confidence, I think this would be an easy print and, you know, quite successful. So yeah, overall, I'm quite happy how everything turned out. And the colors are all quite unique and how they look actually printed. So very nice. All right, guys. So this is the KabelDirekt PLA Filament. So as you can see, it's a very nice filament and quite printable and yields very nice results. And after printing, you know, many different kinds of filaments, I can tell you, at least for the Ender 3, this filament works very well with it. And the results speaks for themselves, as you saw. So if you guys are interested in this filament, I'm going to have some links in the description to all these colors. So check that out. And also, if you want an awesome 3D printer, the Ender 3 Pro here does not disappoint. And obviously with some mods that are necessary to get it to this point here. If you're interested in that, check out my 3D printing videos. And if you enjoy content like this, I do a lot of 3D printing reviews and other things on this channel, and you're not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button to see more. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.